Next, Senate File 1481, Senator Nelson. And that you bring your testifiers with you. I believe there's an A15 author's amendment in the packet. And when Senator Nelson would like us to adopt that, we will. Welcome, Senator Nelson.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Great to be in front of your committee. And thank you for hearing Senate File 1481. Yes, Mr. Chair, if someone could offer the author's amendment to Senate File 1481, that should say A15.
Okay, Senator Dames offers the A15 amendment. I believe everyone should have a copy. It's an author's amendment. All in favor indicate aye. Aye. Adopted. We now have Senate File 1481 as amended.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee. This is an issue that I know this committee has dealt with, and that has to do with our workforce development. Making sure that we have the workforce to meet our the needs of today and tomorrow's jobs. I know Senator Bonoff has worked extensively on this, and we know that our school districts as well are trying to better advance career and technical education. And the bill before you today is a result of a problem that we found as school districts did attempt to develop more career and tech ed to better meet our workforce development needs. And before I do a quick walk through the bill, it's pretty straightforward though, I'm going to introduce the superintendent from the Rochester Public Schools to describe for the committee career and tech education, why this bill is important. And with that, Mr. Chair and committee, I'd like to introduce Superintendent Mike Munoz.
Welcome, Superintendent.
Good morning, Chair Uyghur and members of the Education Finance Committee. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you this morning about Senate File 1481. First, I'd like to tell you that I was a classroom teacher for 12 years, and at Rochester Public Schools, our preference is to hire certified teachers, but sometimes it's difficult to find teachers with a CTE certification. There are limited post-secondary institutions that offer the CTE certification. A looming shortage of skilled workers has been top of minds of business leaders in the Rochester area and across the state of Minnesota. This is a real and serious issue that has the potential to undermine the strength of individual businesses and the broader prosperity of the state of Minnesota. Businesses need to collaborate with educational institutions to build a pool of skilled workers. I would like to share with you a collaboration that is going on in Rochester. Due to the City of Rochester renewing a local half-cent sales tax, we will be opening a new career and technical educational center in the fall of 2016. This is a partnership with Rochester Public Schools, Rochester Community Technical College, and Winona State University. We worked with the Rochester Area Chamber of Commerce and 35 business leaders to determine the career pathways for our new center that would address the skills needed for the many jobs that are available in the Rochester area. Working with our business leaders for several months, we landed on the following career pathways: agriculture, engineering, health science, hospitality, information systems, manufacturing, and construction. This has been a coordinated effort between secondary and post-secondary educators and community partners, providing pathways to in-demand careers. We are excited about the opportunities that we will be able to provide for our students while ensuring a skilled workforce for the Rochester area. Increasing the number of Minnesotans with the education, skills, and training needed for the economy is a multi-layered strategy. Some of the steps to achieve this goal include making teaching and learning in secondary schools more rigorous, engaging, and relevant, ensuring that more students are college and career ready, increasing high school graduation rates, especially for low-performing students. While addressing these issues will require significant changes across the entire education system, increasing opportunities for students to participate in high-quality career and technical education is a comprehensive strategy that impacts all of them. Career and technical education is an educational strategy for providing young people with the academic, technical, and employability skills and knowledge that to pursue post-secondary training or higher education and enter a career field prepared for ongoing learning. Well-qualified educators are essential to providing high-quality and effective CTE programs. However, there are several barriers to ensuring these well-qualified teachers are in the classroom. First, CTE teachers must meet more stringent certification requirements than core academic teachers. In Minnesota, CTE teachers must have a CTE credential. Colleges of education rarely have a CTE training track, resulting in shortages of teacher candidates who have received training in the skills needed to teach CTE courses. Fortunately, local employers can be leveraged to strengthen teacher instruction and provide the invaluable link to industry practitioners. In an economy that requires well-trained and high-skilled professionals, career and technical education is a proven method for awarding young people with the knowledge and skills necessary to be successful members of the workforce. If we are to make good on our commitment to graduate more students from high school prepared to face post-secondary challenges, schools must continue to provide and improve CTE, ensuring that students have access to high-quality pathways to success. Using career and technical revenue for salaries paid to non-licensed community experts allows us to offer comprehensive career and technical programs and not force us to eliminate a career pathway due to our inability to find a licensed teacher with CTE certification. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent.
Mr. Chair, thank you so much, Superintendent Munoz. So, as a teacher myself, it was very important. I appreciate the adoption of the author's amendment, which makes very clear that school districts first must try to obtain licensed teachers for career and tech ed. But as Superintendent Munoz said, that has been a hard task to fulfill. And so the bill before you, 1481, is simply a tweak in the way that we define what acceptable expenditures are for career and tech ed. So basically, you'll see that it just adds that and non-licensed community experts. So when there is no licensed community tech ed teacher available for this growing and necessary workforce development initiative, non-licensed community experts who are already teaching, by the way, but their salaries are not counted as a career and tech ed expense. This simply allows those salaries of those non-licensed community experts to be considered as part of the expenses allowed to be paid for through the community and tech education levy. Members may want to know, what is a non-licensed community expert? They are approved by the Board of Teaching, and there's about 500 of them in the state already. And again, this is simply a tweak saying that those teacher salaries who are hired to teach career and tech ed should be part of the VOC Ed formula. And with that, Mr. Chair, I'll stand for any questions.
Okay, and Sarah Nelson, I believe Mary Gilbert wanted to testify, and as she approaches, Senator Clausen has a question.
Actually, Mr. Chairman, I was scheduled to testify on the next bill.
Okay.
Okay, it's Senator Clausen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Superintendent Munoz, question, do you have Project Lead the Way programs as well?
Yes, we do.
And those people require a CTE license as well. Do you have CTE licensed people teaching those?
At this time, we do, but as we expand with our new career and technical center, our concern is that we won't be able to find enough teachers that have the CTE certification.
That's why I'm wondering in your bill here if you could expand that, because usually you're finding someone on your faculty who's willing to do that but doesn't have the CTE license. And I'm wondering if an expansion of the bill would cover those people as well in the future. Does that make sense at all?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Senator Bonoff.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Superintendent Munoz and Senator Nelson, we spent a great deal of time in education policy discussing this because Senator Dames had an amendment where we actually authorized the use of career and tech ed part-time professionals who weren't even licensed at all because as we heard some pretty compelling testimony, that there really aren't even enough community experts who come forward in this category, and that there's a real need. So I wonder if the superintendent could comment on that. So what was actually passed and put on the bill was an amendment that said if a community and tech ed professional was willing to teach part-time, that they did not need to be licensed, because there's already that provision with regard to colleges.
Yes, I mean, that would even make it,
Superintendent.
sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah, that would make it even easier for us. There are times where we might not, you're correct, we might be able to find a certified teacher, so that would even enhance this bill, yes.
Thank you.
Would anyone else like to testify on Senate File 1481 as amended? If not, Senator Dames moves that Senate File 1481 as amended be recommended for possible inclusion in the Senate E12 Omnibus Bill. Further discussion? If not, all in favor indicate aye. Aye. Adopted. Thank you, Senator